So we got one figure so far this week. But if you think this is gonna be the pattern, you may want to think again. Do you want to know what's next? Well, let's find out. Hello everyone, Modified Collectibles here with episode 3 of What's Next. And guys, we made it. We survived. Episode 3 is finally here, thanks to your comments, thanks to your support. And today we have a special show. We're going to talk about a lot of things that's been happening so far. We're going to talk about the announcements of Loki and Sylvie. Yes, finally we got the announcement, and let me tell you, they look amazing. Also, we're going to talk about the new Billy Butcher figure that is available right now for pre-order in Sideshow, Comic Concepts, you name it. Of course, we're going to talk about the what's next. You know, like Ahsoka. Yes, Ahsoka is coming very soon, but I have some news for you guys, some rumors rather that I heard. And obviously, at the end of the show, we're going to talk about the Biggest Mover section, courtesy of my friend Aries from 6scalecantina.com. All right, guys, so let's start with the show because we need to start. All right, so the first thing is we're going to talk about one figure that I was very happy to see finally announced, and is none other than Sylvie. Sylvie was finally announced, and guys, I have to tell you, this head sculpt looks amazing. I mean, this is just fantastic. The work that Hot Toys has done with this particular figure is insane. And if you have been following me on my previous shows, Unfiltered live streams, we spoke about the head sculpts. We spoke about the after the Mark 85 disaster, how they now pay more attention to the head sculpts, and they took their time to deliver, and I'm happy with this. As you can see here, she looks beautiful. I mean, the head sculpt is insane. I love the rooted hair. The sculpted hair. The paint application, very nicely done. Love the shape of the eyes. I think the face calls Sylvie 100%. I don't see any particular issues whatsoever. Even the articulation seems to be okay. And of course, Loki. And yes, we're gonna talk about him in a short few minutes, but I'm telling you guys, this Sylvie looks fantastic. You can see some effects that it comes with, and that's a huge plus if you ask me. Now we have this base, which is the same base. I wish Hot Toys give us a brand new base, right? Like sometimes they just give us the same thing, and I can understand, okay, yes, this is a brand new head sculpt, pretty much everything nicely done, but the base, come on, give us a better base. I'm tired of the same base over and over and over again. But overall, I'm very happy with Sylvie. Now you can see this one here, the effects on the hands. I love that you can see the pants a bit baggier, and this is because it seems to be that it's gonna have a lot of articulation. One area of concern could be the feet, because looks to me is one solid piece, and that may limit the articulation. But again, this is a prototype. Let's wait for the final product, and once we get it in hand, of course, you'll see the unboxing and review here. So now, this one looks really, really nice. I mean, that head sculpt is insane. They captured the likeness. Excellent. I mean, look at the shape of the eyes, the nose, the face. Nicely done. And of course, this picture here with Loki, which also came out very, very nice. Now, Sylvie is currently available to pre-order. If you want to get it, by all means, you should. It is with my friend Josh from Comic Concepts, $259.99. Obviously, you pay for shipping, but that's it. You know, why not? Why not give it a try and order this beautiful, beautiful figure from my friend Josh at Comic Concepts? But that's not only the only figure that we've seen so far. We got another figure, which by all means, it came out very nice as well, and is none other than Loki. And I mean, look at that head sculpt, guys. Come on, look at that head sculpt. Looks amazing. You can see the detail all over the place, the wrinkles, paint app. Oh my god, I mean, the profile is perfect. I'm telling you, there's really probably some minor things, but this is by far the best Loki head sculpt I've seen so far. And look at this, even this shot screens is perfect. is perfect. You can see the suit. Again, this one seems to me that it's gonna have better articulation than Sylvie, just because of the feet. You can see the shoes, you know, it's a peg, so you most likely will have better range of motion for the articulation. Obviously, if you can do this pose without photoshopping, you're a master. This was Photoshop, of course. You cannot do this with a toy, but still, it looks good. I love the jacket, the tie, the belt, the pants, nicely tailored. I'm gonna give that to Hot Toys. And you know, to be fair, we haven't had any issues with tailoring from Hot Toys. I mean, they really do a good job, you know, capturing that likeness. But then we have this accessory here, which is very screen accurate, if you ask me. You can see the little clock here, very cartoonish. I love that attention to detail. Now you can see behind Loki, we have like a portal, so that one looks nice as well. I'm assuming it's plastic, transparent probably, but still, it does look very nice. I mean, you can see the poses. This guy can definitely pull some really, really good poses. And Loki came out very nice. You can actually see this little accessory here. And of course, the can that he's holding on his hand. It does look very, very nice. I mean, but that head sculpt, guys, that head sculpt is the money right there. And of course, this accessory here. Now, this Loki is also available through Comic Concepts. If you want to order this figure, by all means, you can. $264.99 plus shipping. Still available. Don't sleep on it, because it looks to me that this is going to be a really, really good figure to have in your hand. And that's basically it for the two new announcements, because yes, we got only one release so far, which was Harley Quinn from the Arkham Knight game. And that's all we got so far. There's some weather issues going on in Hong Kong, so hopefully everything is okay over there. So that's why you see some delays happening in terms of releasing. And you know what? I think this is a much needed break, if you ask me. But anyway, another figure that was announced as well, and is actually on pre-order now, is this guy here, Bill the Butcher from The Boys. I've seen the first season. I need to see the second season, and I really liked it. But I think the likeness on this one is actually pretty good, right? I don't think is as good as the Social Toys, if you ask me. But I think this company, Star Ace, did a good job with this particular figure. This one is currently $289.99. So if you want to pre-order this guy, by all means, you can go to Comic Concepts and order it from them. This figure is set to release Q2 2022, so it's really not much of a wait time, if you ask me. Sometimes you have to wait for a year for this. It's only a few months, so you know, it may be a good choice. Definitely I'm gonna get this one. I would like to do a review on this one, so stay tuned when the time comes. But overall, this one looks really good. I mean, come on. You can see the baby. I think the accessories are very similar to the one from Social Toys. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it does look nice, right? The head sculpt, I think, is okay. Not sure is as good as the Social Toys, as I mentioned before. Probably it is. I don't have that figure. I didn't order it, so. But this one, I'm very eager to see the final product, because remember, this is a prototype and a lot of things can change between now and then. And that was it for Billy the Butcher. Now guys, if you haven't checked my review yet, you know I had Lando and this guy over here, and he looks really good. And as you can see guys, the figure came out very, very nicely. I got so many text messages from you guys asking me whether I should get it, or whether you should get it or not. And at this point, it is basically up to you, right? If you're a Star Wars fan, you already have your original trilogy characters, and you want to add Lando, by all means, you should pull the trigger. If you have the money that you can actually buy it, of course you can, right? I'm gonna tell you, this figure looks amazing. I mean, the head sculpt is fantastic. I had my reservations when I saw the prototype. It didn't look bad. The prototype didn't look bad at all, but I was concerned about the head sculpt. In hand, this figure, excellent. I mean, it is definitely an improvement from the prototype. Some minor changes here and there. Maybe the paint app was a bit different. But if you guys haven't checked the review, I'm gonna put the card right here so you guys can check it out and show some love. So Lando is out. Make sure you don't sleep on it, because they didn't make a lot of quantity on this. So it is very likely that it might not be available for a long time. And moving on to the next topic, I'm gonna tell you guys about the delayed list, right? We spoke about this in the previous shows very briefly. So you've seen some changes in Sideshow and Hot Toys, right? Some figures are pretty much almost releasing at the same time, right? You get the shipping notification from Sideshow, and at the same time it's actually being released in Hong Kong. A lot of people ask me, is this gonna be the thing? Is this gonna be the pattern? Are we talking about a global release? Well, yes and no. So according to some sources, I spoke to some people in the world of collecting. Apparently this is gonna be a thing only for figures that doesn't have a huge number of pre-orders, right? So if you think about it, it makes sense. The Miles Morales from the video game didn't have much traction, so you know, why not getting shipped, air shipped, so I can distribute it to the consumers, right? The other one was Death Watch, didn't have a lot of pre-orders either, but now it's pretty much available at the same time. I don't think this is gonna happen with Ahsoka. I don't think this is gonna happen with the Mark 85, simply because the pre-order numbers for those two are actually pretty high, especially the Mark 85. So, you know, I don't think we're gonna see those coming at the same time. However, don't ever disregard anything, because at this point, anything can happen. And what I've seen so far is that Sideshow is trying to get stuff really quick to the consumers, because they got a lot of cancellations, they got a lot of returns, and this is not good for them. So this thing can change in the future, so just gonna sit, watch, and wait, because we may see some differences coming in the near future. But for now, what I was told is that figures with less pre-order numbers are gonna be simultaneous, almost simultaneous release, right? Today's out in Hong Kong, you're gonna get your shipping notification a couple days later, something like that. So it may be the thing moving forward. Now, I'm bringing this up because we're gonna talk about Ahsoka, and you know, sharing is caring, but also giving credit where it's due. And again, I give credit for this information to my friend Aries from CANTINA. We spoke about this. One of his sources mentioned this to him, and he was nice enough to share with me, so I'm gonna share with you guys. So Ahsoka, a lot of people asking me, where's Ahsoka coming? Ahsoka is happening 100% anytime. Today's Thursday, maybe it's out already, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe next week, but it's coming within the next week or so. But what I was told, one of the reasons why it was a bit delayed was because there was some changes. And you may be wondering, wait, what changes are you talking about? You know, I don't want to see any changes. You know, I want to get my Ahsoka exactly like it is. But let me tell you guys, this change might actually benefit you. So Ahsoka is coming very soon. And apparently what we heard, what my friend heard, and it was shared to me, is that they may do some upgrades to the head sculpt. Now, what does that mean? Well, it could be that they might, again, take this with a grain of salt. This was some information that was around and was shared to my friend Aries, and then it was shared to me, so giving credit to him, because you know he shared that with me, that it is a very possible that we might see either an upgrade of this particular head sculpt that we have here on screen, either an improvement, you know, let me just put it back again, either an improvement of the head sculpt or a younger version of Rosario Dawson from Ahsoka from The Mandalorian. Now, if you ask me, that would be sick. That would be sick. I mean, if they're able to do or capture the likeness of Rosario Dawson in a younger version, I think this figure is going to be sold out even faster. Right off the bat, this is unique, right? Because you're not going to get this head sculpt anywhere. But if they did that change, get ready, man. This is not going to last a long time. Now, this figure is scheduled to be out very, very soon. So don't be surprised if you see it probably today, tomorrow, or next week. But this one is coming very soon. And because of what's going on in Hong Kong for the typhoon, most likely it's going to be some delays in shipping. So, you know, maybe that's the reason why they haven't announced this figure yet. But what I know, according to our sources, is that this figure is pretty much done deal and just, you know, getting the final approval, and boom, it's out to the world. Now, don't expect from Sideshow to ship this at the same time, because it won't happen unless something crazy happens. but this figure is coming very soon. So, you know, I really hope that they change or they upgrade the head sculpt to look like Rosario Dawson, because it will be kind of consistent. My feeling is that probably it's going to be like that, but maybe some type of improvement, right? To make it look a bit better, if you will. Not to say that this figure is not good. It is really good. But that's what I heard about Ahsoka, and I thought it was worth to mention to you guys. Now, another figure that is scheduled to be announced this year, and most likely is going to happen either November or early December, is not other than, yes, Fennec. Fennec Shand is imminent. It's gonna happen. According to my sources, announcement is gonna happen before the book of Boba Fett. Could be sooner, could be the same month. Wait for it. It's coming. We're gonna see this figure now. My prediction is that we're probably gonna see this figure sometime announced, sometime in November. I will probably say the second week of November, before, or maybe the last week, you know, around that time we should see this. If it's sooner, obviously perfect, but at this point I was told that this figure is imminent. Expect an announcement anytime soon. And I'm a big fan of the Mandalorian. I know a lot of people watching this are a big fan of Mandalorian, and the book of Boba Fett is coming in December, so come on, you want to see a display like this. Fennec Shand is coming very, very soon, and I can wait. I really hope this happens sooner rather than later, because you know what, it is long overdue. Now, another figure that is coming very, very soon as well, and this one is something that I did a review, but not this particular version, but the Rogue One version, is the Short Trooper from the Mandalorian. And yes, this figure is imminent as well. Expect a release very, very soon, so get your wallets ready, because we're gonna get bombarded with more releases. Hot Toys need to clean up their inventory for new announcements, and we should expect another major announcement sometime before the end of the year. My guess is Bespin Luke is gonna be announced. My guess is General Kenobi is going to be announced as well, so stay tuned for those. Now, this Short Trooper is expected to come out either late October, early November, so stay tuned for this, because the unboxing review will be happening in my channel, so stay tuned for that. So that's the Short Trooper, ladies and gents. All right, guys, so now let's move on to the next topic. And now we're gonna move to Marvel now, because a lot of people asking me this question: hey man, when is Battle Damage Mark 85 coming out? When is Battle Damage Mark 85 coming out? Well, Mark 85 is coming out very soon. My prediction is gonna be November, early November, perhaps sooner, but this guy is also ready to be out. And yes, I heard a lot of people talking about, my friend KG mentioned this in the live stream we had the other day about a figure that was shown in one of the cons. You know, they didn't like how the paint application was, you know, the details was not there, but Hot Toys put a statement that that was not a final product. The final product still, you know, under construction. Still working on this, but this figure is supposed to be out anytime soon as well. Now, I don't see this one being simultaneously with the US, because again, as I mentioned before, this one has a higher numbers of pre-orders, so I don't think that's gonna happen. But please, Hot Toys, please do not change anything on this head sculpt. Por favor, do not, because this to me is an absolutely amazing head sculpt, and you cannot change it. Just leave it as is. I don't care. Just leave it. This one is gonna be really good. This to me is my personal ultimate Iron Man, so I can wait for this bad boy to come home very soon. And that's Mark 85. And another figure that I was also mentioning this, you know, long time ago as well, is Pennywise. People asking me what's going on with Pennywise, why this figure hasn't been out yet. Well, it is gonna be out most likely this month, and most likely it's gonna be by the end of the month, which kind of matches Halloween. So, you know, that would make perfect sense, right, if you ask me. So this figure here, Pennywise, supposed to see the light sometime late this month, and honestly I can wait to have this figure in hand, because this one here looks fantastic. If only if Hot Toys doesn't decide to make drastic changes to the head sculpt, because that will gonna be a bummer, right? But yeah, this figure is coming very, very soon as well. And another figure that also is scheduled to be announced very, very soon is this one here, Bespin Luke. And we spoke about this in our previous Unfilters and live stream shows, that it was a discussion whether we're gonna release, or they're gonna release, Hot Toys is gonna release the Mandalorian Luke or Bespin Luke, and they decided to go with Mando Luke, which we shared that information with you guys, and happened. Now this one here needs to be announced sometime this year, before the end of the year. It has to be by at least November, maybe December, because we haven't got a lot of announcements yet for Star Wars. And my friend Aris mentioned in one of his videos today that after all these pre-orders are fulfilled, we're not gonna have much left off. If you think about it, right? We pretty much don't have much. Everything was pretty much already announced and on pre-orders. We need more announcements, especially from Star Wars, now that we're gonna have the Book of Boba Fett, the ObiWan show coming, the Mandalorian season 3. Come on, we have a lot of things going on. But this particular figure supposed to be, according to what I heard, supposed to be announced sometime in Q4. My guess is gonna be towards the end, maybe November, December. So I can wait for this to happen. And that was Bespin from the Empire Strikes Back figure. And as I mentioned before, and I guess I spoiled it already, we should expect an announcement of Obi-Wan Kenobi, General Obi-Wan Kenobi. This one is also long overdue, especially because Clone Wars Anakin is scheduled to be released, according to my sources, late December. And it will make perfect sense if they announce this figure, right? And release Anakin. So it will make perfect sense. We don't have many Clone Wars characters yet, but I can see in the near future to get more announcements for that particular line. So I can wait. I really hope we can see Obi-Wan sooner rather than later, because we need Obi-Wan. We have already Captain Rex, we have already the 501st, the Coruscant Guard, Ahsoka, Anakin, so we need more. Oh, and Darth Maul as well. That one is also scheduled. I mentioned this in my previous episode. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna put the card right there. Episode 2, when Darth Maul is supposed to be out. Hopefully we don't have any type of weather issues, because that's been the problem. That's why we haven't seen anything but the Harley Quinn from the Arkham game. So stay tuned for that, because that should be coming very soon as well. And that was basically it for that. All right, guys, so now the last segment of the day, or the night, actually the day, because it's morning now, and I'm gonna be traveling to the Caribbean for my vacation. I needed a vacation so bad, so don't miss me, because I'll be back stronger than ever. All right, so now final segment of the day, courtesy of my friend Aris from CanTINA.com. All right, guys, so now biggers, movers section. All right, so what we have here. All right, so if you go to CanTINA.com, the biggest movers section, again, we still have Han Solo Stormtrooper and Luke Stormtrooper trending up. Amazingly enough, Darkside Anakin is trending down. And again, guys, if you want to hear all the particulars, all the details, you need to check out my friend Aris from CanTINA, and he will give you all the information you need. If you're looking to buy a specific figure, go to this website, CanTINA.com, and you should be able to kind of know the prices before you buy them, right? Now, another figure that is trending down is Anakin from Revenge of the Sith. Surprisingly enough, both Anakins are trending down. One figure that is trending up is Darth Vader from Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary. No surprises here. Rey, as mentioned last week, still in the $300 range, you know, increasing her value. Remnant Trooper is trending down, same as the Incinerator Trooper. Commander Cody, no surprise here, is going to be trending up, simply because Captain Rex is out, and let me tell you guys, they complement each other very nicely. Captain Rex and Commander Cody by far one of the best figures I have in my collection. Then we have the Man Trooper trending down, Leia trending up, and Kylo Ren trending down. We know this because the Rise of Skywalker Kylo Ren is actually a much better figure, if you ask me, for a unbiased opinion. Actually biased, because I kind of like that one too. I don't like this one as much now. What Hescope was a huge improvement from the prototype for sure. And that's basically it, guys. I really hope you guys enjoy episode 3 of What's Next. I'll be back next week. We have a live stream and we're gonna have a full panel, so stay tuned for details. Don't forget to check my review of Lando Calrissian. Don't forget to check my review of the Short Trooper, and of course don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and Facebook group 6 Scale Media for anything related 1/6 figures. Both links in the description below. And if you have some time, check out these 2 cool videos. And as always, be well and see you around in the next video.